Tom Lee just said that we're 90 to 95% through the current sell-off and that he would buy the market today. VIX is close to 30, popping up a little bit more today. It's Thursday, April 2nd. Markets close tomorrow. Got a long weekend ahead of us. We just heard President Trump's statement on April 1st, and it created a market shock. Oil ripped 11% to the upside. The markets, the E-minis and the NASDAQ were both down about 1.5%, 2%. But something crazy has happened. Oil is still up 11%, and the stock market has completely rebounded. Cramer, on the other hand, thinks that because oil is up 87% for the year, and historically, anytime oil's up that much, the market is down pretty big, specifically saying anytime oil's up 100%, the market's down around 20%, or it hasn't not been down 20%. There's some conflicting information. So just to sum it up, Tom Lee says V bottom is imminent, market's already sold off, it's priced in. Cramer's saying oil's up, oil's going up even more today. Markets are not really selling off right now, but he feels like they should. We're going to take this opportunity to look at the options market, see what the math says, and we'll do it right now on the tastytrade platform. This is your options math check for the S&P and crude oil. So I think with this kind of situation, one of the things for me is just looking at the last week or so. So crude oil has basically been a volatility gauge for the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. S&P 500 and NASDAQ have been moving in lockstep. Crude oil has been moving in the opposite direction. Anytime crude has been up, the markets have been down, and we're seeing that still today. But today was kind of wild because crude oil having a massive move to the upside, 11 points to the upside, 11%, sitting around 111 in the current K contract in the crude oil futures. The E-minis were down like 110 points, and now they're only down 15. So we saw a huge 100-point reversal in the equity markets, and yet crude oil is up 11%. It feels like something's got to give here, and if I were to pick a side, I know some of you out there are into that reverse Cramer fund, but I got to side with Cramer on this one. I mean, it feels like, given the current situation and the elongation of the current situation, we still have crude oil at almost 15-point backwardation between the K contract and the M contract. On the tastytrade platform, I'm looking at it right here. I've got the regular expirations pulled up, so we're just seeing all these last prices. We've got 111 in the K contract. We've got 98 in the M contract. We've got 89 in the N. And then, of course, it flattens out at the end of the year and into 2027. So the futures market is telling us that, yes, we have a supply and demand shock right now in the 14-day and even the 42 to 75-day. That brings us to June. After June, it starts to flatten out. We've got 82, 77, 74, 72, 71, 71, 70, and 269 prints. So I think given the current situation, and this is a testament to one of the earlier math checks where I talked about crude oil specifically. We had crude oil in the back months here around 70, 71. Now you're seeing an 11-point rally after the press conference yesterday, but it's not reflected at all in these later dated cycles. So the market's telling us whatever the situation is now and what it could morph into, it will likely be resolved by the end of this year and into next year, at least from the crude oil market standpoint. Now, a couple of things here, going back to that correlation or negative correlation between crude oil and the S&P 500, crude oil is up massively today and the market is not down massively today. So I think given the fact that crude oil is elevated, it's likely going to stay elevated for the next 2-3 months. I'm not expecting the E-minis to have a V bottom here and rally to the upside, especially when we've got interest rates not cutting, not being priced in for a cut until 2027 and beyond. We even had some hikes probability priced into the next couple of decisions here. So the Fed is likely just locked in at this current rate. They can't cut, which normally would create some upside pressure on the market, and the market's fluttering around here. So let's take a look at the June cycle in crude oil. I think that would be interesting just to really quickly check out these probabilities. So we're sitting at 111. Let's look at the 120 price point. Options are trading for 480, which in crude oil large contract is $4,800, $5,000. It's a pretty big, hefty amount. And we're dealing with a 1 standard deviation. So we just had a 10-point rally, 1 standard deviation priced into the 120. Feels a little light to me, considering we've got an 11-point rally today and only 9 more points would bring us to 120. But what is a 10-point reduction priced in here? If we look at, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong last price. So we're looking at 90 in this contract, of course, because we're further out in time. So the June contract, CLN6, is trading at 90. The 120 strike is 1 standard deviation. So that's 30 points away. What about 30 points to the downside going back to 60? This option here is trading for $1. That is insane. And really, I think this tells the whole story. We've got a $5,000 option trading at 120, 30 points to the upside. And we've got a $100 option here trading to the downside. Or I should say a $1,000 option trading to the downside. So we basically got a 5-to-1 call skew here in this crude oil market at the 75-day mark. So the market is perceiving skew, which for me, skew is just the velocity of risk in that direction. If those options are priced higher to the upside here, in this example in crude oil, we've got a big call skew here, and the market is perceiving a velocity of risk to be to the upside. If crude oil keeps ripping higher, I just don't see how the market can V-bottom here in the E-minis. And I think we're going to see exactly that. So looking at the E-mini futures market, if we look at the same exact cycle here, the June M contract, June 18th, let's do the same analysis. Let's actually go with the E-minis trading right at 6,600. Let's go 400 points out of the money. And let's just look at some probabilities here and some premium. So just like we said, we are dealing with a significantly higher probability of this option being in the money at 6,200, which is 400 points to the downside. Plus, the option is significantly more expensive. It's not the same ratio of skew like we just saw in crude oil. And that's to be expected considering crude oil is having a massive day today. You're going to see a lot of that call skew be priced into that upside with the realized move today. So the 6,200 is trading for 128.5 points, and the 7,000, which is 400 points to the upside, is trading for 53 points. So we've got about a 2.5-to-1 ratio of put skew to the downside, which again, if there's skew to the downside, it tells us that the market is pricing in velocity of risk to be to the downside. So I personally think we might see some more two-sided action here. I would not be surprised at all if we see a little bit lower prices in the E-minis, especially because crude oil is vaulting today, up 11%, and the E-minis and NASDAQ are not matching that to the downside in terms of expected velocity to the downside, given the recent inverse correlation that we've seen. So all that to say, I think when we look at the E-minis and crude oil together and we assess the probabilities and we assess the skew, the market is perceiving velocity of risk to the upside in the crude oil markets in this June cycle specifically, and the market is perceiving downside risk in the equity markets. So a lot to unpack here. We have a long weekend ahead. No trading tomorrow on April 3rd, Friday, but we're going to see some craziness over the weekend. There's a 100-point move priced in up or down into SPX for Monday, just Monday. So expect some craziness, expect some volatility, keep your risk in check, stay small, and we'll see you on the next Options Math Check.